Well, good morning, everybody. This is The Laughing Tree. You can find me at that over all the platforms. The Laughing Tree is from George R. R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, but you can call me Leah from George R. R. Martin's A Song for Leah. And today we are going to be working on Bob Ross's Season 1, Episode 1 again. Because my sound did not work on it the first time. Alright, I want sound to work. I need the sound to work. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Alright, we're just using the regular, normal, what they got going on there. All I've got is the glove, the half glove that comes with it. I've got my pen, and I've got some coffee, which is totally necessary for doing good art. And then we are going to be doing Season 1, Episode 1 again. Like I said, the sound didn't work the first time I tried to do this, so we've got to try it again, right? Well, I am going to go over to YouTube and find Bob Ross's Season 1, Episode 1 here, because it looks like nobody is watching me anyways, which is just fine. And again, find this over on YouTube because I'm recording it, and feel free to follow along. Feel free to pause it at your leisure so that you can make your own painting, and you can do this with literally whatever you have. I am just using the brushes that come with the XpPen. I'm not using anything extra, okay? This is literally all straight out of the box.
What's up, we're here?
No, Tony, no. Okay, this one is called A Walk in the Woods.
The joy of painting. I think each of us sometime during our life has wanted to paint a picture.
And
I think as an artist, yet in the bottom of every
keeping the volume up so that you guys can hear where I am, hopefully.
To put it on canvas. Because you too can paint almighty pictures. You know, we have
And speed it up a little bit.
You have to go to school half your life. Maybe you even have to be blessed by Michelangelo's birth to ever be able to paint a picture. And here we want to show you that that's not true. That you can paint a picture right along with us.
And this was the first time that I tried to do this, of course, was the first time that I recorded this. And I have found a couple of techniques since then that really work, actually.
We'll use an almighty palette knife. And this is much different than the traditional palette knife. It is not thin and flimsy. It's a firm palette knife. And with this, we can make fantastic things happen. Let's go over the colors that we'll use. We're going to start out here with titanium white, phthalo green, Prussian blue, Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson, sap green, cad yellow, and carmine red. Now, these 8 colors we'll use each and every week for every picture that we do. So you don't have to go out and buy 1,500 different kinds of colors and brushes. You need very little equipment to paint with this.
Yep, you need very little equipment to make this. We're going to just be using a couple of different brushes, just like how he does. Nice even thin coat of white paint is what he's doing.
You also need an almighty easel when you're doing this. You need an easel that will hold your canvas very firm and allow you to use these big brushes. Okay. I'm using a nice and quick across the canvas.
He's still doing the
Okay,
white.
let's wash our brushes. Wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner.
Where is the filler?
Wash you out. And I beat the brush just to dry the bristles. Now let's take a little bit of cad yellow here. And I think today we'll do a picture that's maybe like we're walking through the woods. And so let's start right here with a little bit of cad yellow with just the least little touch of phthalo green in it.
Yellow with the least little touch
And we'll add
of
a little bit
green
more
in
of the
it.
green color, and we'll begin making little X's. Just
X's.
Just work that around.
Alright, so he has got a very yellow color. Maybe even a little lighter than that. Right in the center. And I like to use this oil paint for when he's doing the skies. And you see my brush is pretty big, and that's fine. He's right in the middle there, and I might bring it down some, but not too much. And like he said, we're going to go into a little bit of green there. And we're going to go all around this. We're going to blend these colors out, so don't worry about it looking too weird at first, okay? And he's doing his X's all the way around.
Now, without cleaning the brush, we'll go right into some Prussian blue.
Without cleaning his brush, he's going to go into blue.
Just go out here, and we're making little crisscross strokes, little X strokes.
Yeah, he's got a real light. Yeah, somewhere in there that he's doing all over.
To have a light source in his painting.
And then maybe just a little bit darker of that same color.
Once again, this is odorless paint thinner. We do not use turpentine. Now,
Only about half.
I'm going to take and add just a little bit of titanium white right here in the center.
White right there in the center, huh?
Just a little. And we'll begin working outward. There. By now, maybe you have recognized some of the equipment we're using as something you've seen before.
And then when he's blending it all together
I learned
like
this
this,
fantastic technique from a wonderful man that I think all of us
he's talking about where he learned his technique from. We're either going to use blend or blur, depending. So blur is really going to blur these lines together, but we still get that white, right? Whereas blend is going to make it really come together. So I do think that I'm going to blend this and get that yellow spreading out a little bit more. And blend this a little bit down in here and get all those rough lines out of there. And he's using back and forth, but I'm using circles going around because, well, that's what we were doing, right? And really smoothing out all of those edges. And I think I can get my brush size up just a little bit. And I'm going to have to go back and see which colors he's using. Something in blue. There we go. Now we're really blending that out. And then we can go to the blur and really blur those lines with that back and forth motion that he was using. Oh, and I've realized I'm not even using my pen. I'm holding my pen in my left hand right now. I have manual fixation of holding things. Normally it's lighters. Okay. Was it crimson? Little blue and a lot of crimson. He's going for a real dark color. All right. Yes, it is very red looking, his tree, but not too red. So I'm going to bring it back up here a little bit Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. And what he's doing is, let me actually use the pen. Can you take a sip on that? I don't know if you guys can see Binks sitting here, but Binks is watching me too. I'm actually paused on YouTube. Let me go back over to Twitch real quick and see how the stream manager is doing. Let's see, nobody's really watching. I don't think. Come on, refresh yourself, come on. Oh my god. There we go, there we go. And sound's still working, that's good. Let's see if we can't get Binks in the shot. There we go. Thanks. How you doing, Kat? I promise you she's real. She's just really still. Okay. Back to this. Let's use the pen, right? Let's use the actual drawing tablet, not the computer. I had to scoot myself closer here. Rearrange just a tiny bit. Move my tablet closer too. Alright, am I still looking good? Yeah, we can still see Binks. There she goes. She moved. See, she's real. Okay, I'm gonna go back over to YouTube and Bob Ross here. And that's the beauty of having it on YouTube, right? Is we can just stop and go back whenever we want to. So when he's making trees like this, we're going to use this running color spray. And what he's doing is pushing up with the brush and making a shape that's going to look like this on the canvas, right here in this light source. So let's give it a try and see what we come up with. We want it darker, obviously, in the middle. And this one's really, the branches are upturned, so we really want to make those branches upturned. It literally just looks like that right now on his paper. Canvas. Did I say paper? I didn't say paper. Who said paper? Okay, Bob, keep going. Yep, he's doing another one right here. And they're going to connect to each other in this little bushy area. And he's got another big one coming in right here. This one's branches are kind of downturned, which I don't really like. I'm going to leave them upturned. And a bigger one over on the other side, and its branches are super upturned, y'all. Let's make that trunk. The tree shapes, yep, the light source, yep. And then just across all of this white, we're going to put in some color. And he's coming down probably to about the quarter mark. Let's fill in some of this white here. And I'm actually going to come up into a lighter color and do a little bit more over the entire thing, just to make sure that we're not showing any white through there. Really highlight the trunks of the trees and all of that. And now he's gone into the Van Dyke Brown, and he is going to make the trunks of the trees. So in order to get brown, we want to come into orange and then down into these darks. So I'm going to make this super duper dark. And when he's using the palette knife, which he's doing right now, I'm actually going to come up into the brushes and do the thin gouache brush and do a nice tiny, tiny line. Just like that. Maybe a little bigger. There it is. Limbs up in here, right in here. Yep, just the indication. That's all it needs. Ads! Yep, and a couple of limbs over here. White and brown mixed together is going to give us a sandy color.
So this tree will highlight right here.
Yep, remember where your light source is.
Like so.
Just a couple of little, to get at the indication.
Now over on this
light
side,
coming in.
the light's coming through here, so we'll highlight this side. Okay, maybe a few little indications up through here. Now comes the fun. Now we can begin putting all the beautiful leaves and stuff on this and just really make it come alive. So here we take a little bit of the magic white to thinner paint. One of the golden rules in this is a thin paint will stick to
I'm listening to Bob.
So anytime you're painting over the top of paint, you need to have a paint that's just a little bit thinner.
Yeah. Thin over thick.
Now look at yellow. Now load the brush full of paint.
Yellow.
Light's coming through here, so we want this side of the tree to be a little brighter than the other side. Alright.
And like a little bit of orange here.
Thousands of little leaves on here.
And then he's pushing up with it, so we're going to go to the spray and do that running spray again. We want more on this side than the other side because of our light source.
Not as much.
And obviously on this side, on these ones, because of our light source.
And look at that. In just a matter of a few minutes, we have a beautiful tree.
Yep, highlights and lowlights. It's all about highlights and lowlights. Put your lowlights on first, and then put your highlights on last, because your eye is drawn to the last thing that you painted.
First thing that you have
Yep,
to do
and we can make them
is
come
start
off of
with
there,
base
because that really looks like
paint.
some bright leaves, right?
If you start with a thin, loose paint, you're going to become a mud mixer. You have to have a
Yeah,
thick
we
paint
don't
on the
want
base
to be mixing mud, do we?
in order to get this thinner paint to stick. Now let's begin building some little bushes and stuff in here. Alright, look at that. You can do it. I know you
Very nice. And he's making some bushes down here. I'm actually going to pull my brush down just a little bit. Maybe not that much. And do lines like this and make like a lay of the land sort of thing. The indication of a hill right here.
If you ever walk through the woods early in the morning, all the little creatures are out here. They're all playing in the bushes and stuff. This is where they live, in all these bushes. Okay, let's put something on this side now.
He's still doing all of this bushy stuff or whatever.
Just let your imagination run wild.
I'm actually going to go into a little bit of orange, turn my brush a little bit up. He says, let your imagination run wild, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
You could have completed a painting already. Let it happen.
Let that one come that way.
Let it happen. You know, for so many years, I was a traditional painter. And I would
Let's go up into greens and add some of that in here, right?
And then I'd go back and spend maybe a month.
This is just an early morning painting.
And here,
There we go.
it comes right out of here. It's in you. And you put it on the canvas.
All this little bushy stuff.
Let's see.
Beautiful, I think.
Let's try this big old tree here. Put some nice.
Yeah, now he's getting into this tree. I've been adding this tree into things, but I can highlight it a little bit more. We blend those colors together. Not blend, but, you know, add more in there. Maybe a little bit more on that side of this tree.
Okay, let's try.
Maybe a little bit more down here, huh?
My color now, just to give us a little different value.
Yeah, he's going into red to give us a little bit more different value. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, we need a little path. A path, a path.
A little bit of Van Dyke brown.
Yeah, I don't know, Bob.
And let's build us a happy little path. We're just going to take the knife and let this path sort of just
a little bit. There we go.
right down.
Okay, so he's taking the knife now. So we are going to go back up to our brushes and thin gouache or dry gouache, one or the other. And he's doing a real dark brown color. So we're already in the oranges. So let's go down there. Are you ready, guys? He's starting right in between these trees here, and he's going to come straight down in like a triangle type of to really catch the perspective first, and then he's gonna go right off onto the side here
Now we need to highlight that path, so I'll take just a little bit of
and
white.
get bigger.
And we'll just barely touch the canvas here, just enough so we can highlight where the sun's sparkling through here. There. See how easy that is?
Okay, there's our path, and we're gonna make a bush right here. But
And now in order to set the path down into the painting,
his next step was to highlight the path and put some white back on it. So I'm actually going to go to a little deeper of a brown here because there we go. Yeah, it wasn't as liney as I wanted, and I'm just going back and forth as one does. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's more path-like, I think. And then we're going to go up into that sandy color and give it the highlights, like how he was doing. There we go. Just back and forth one more time. And I'm not doing it on every stroke, but a lot of them, okay? And there we go. And then to really set it in, we're going to go back into the spray. And what color are you using, Bob?
I'll add some bushes that project.
He's using a yellow, like a greenish yellow.
Just push it in. There we go. And you can see how that makes it just literally drop right into the painting.
Yep, and we're just going to put it right on it in front. Maybe over it a little bit.
Okay.
Back up.
Let's put
I
some
didn't
more
like that one.
areas in here.
Just like that.
Maybe there's nice little areas coming down through here.
We need some more color.
Just like so. Maybe we'll have some over here. And follow the angle of your land.
Okay, I'm still adding some color down to where he is. And he started doing some rocks and stuff. And I'm going to actually go back and give this path an extension here. Very nice. And then highlight it a little bit as we should. There we go. And then we go back over to spray and set it in there, right? I know, right, Binks? Is it beautiful? And I'm going to put this color all over this stuff too. Just get some highlights and lowlights in there, right? Some extremely highlights. There we go. Just got all sorts of stuff happening in there. Hi. Can you guys see her still? Oh yeah, so rocks. So he's using the palette knife, which means we go over to brushes and we use something like gouache or dry gouache. And I'm really going to turn the brush up a little bit for this one. I think I'm using the dry gouache, and we're just going to experiment with this one, okay? He's going down into that brown, and what he's got going on is actually like brown and white, and we could actually use pointillism for that. And let's see what we end up with if we do this. Go back. So what if I tell it that? Is that going to make a difference? No, it's not. Okay. So let's go back into reds then. A little bit deeper and darker. How's that? It's a little bit more green too. What is going on? Yeah, there's too much green and red in the pointillism going on. So let's try gouache. That's okay. It's definitely like the vibe that he's going for here. And we go with the lay of the land. Okay. Let's make this darker. Go with the lay of the land. go with the lay of the land. And then we're actually going to make puddles on this one because he's decided it's just rained. And in order to make highlights on these things, we are going to go to the dry wash and go up to the sandy color. Maybe a little bit lighter.
Maybe, as we're walking through the woods here, maybe it rained last night. Maybe it came a nice little rain. There's little puddles. After it rains, you always have little rain puddles. So let's take a little touch of the Prussian blue here. That'll just make us a little puddle. And we put some Prussian blue on the brush that we take here and pull downward. Just pull down.
This is the craziest thing to me. All right. Puddles. He's going into the blue. It's like a little dark and a little soft, okay? Maybe a little lighter than that. There we go. And then what we're going to do is do this oil paint. Turn the brush down. Where is it? Maybe about right there, and put some blue in. Oof. Let's do thick oil paint. Brush size. And put some blue in, okay? And he's just putting this all over right next to, and he's pulling down with the brush, and I'm going to show you the technique in just a second. Dang it. Center, please and thank you. And he's going to do like some bushes and stuff over here, so I'm not really worried about that quite yet. There's my bush. And then what we're going to do is come to the blend and do the Painterly blender. Let's turn that down some. And then what we do is pull down the same way that he was doing. In order to get that reflection look. And then what I can do is come back over into the paintbrush, add more blue in here, and pull it down again because that really washed out. And just pull all that blue down, mix it all together. I don't want any hard lines here. There we go. Just those streaks downward. That's what we wanted. All right, Bob, what's next?
There we go. Okay. See how easy it is to do. Now, very gently, we'll come across this way just to give it a watery effect. Now, if you want to
Now this is the part where is it blend or blur? think it's blur, and we move horizontally. There we go, just give it a little bit of that watery effect. Yeah, I can still see it. And
maybe you could take just a little touch of the titanium white on your brush and pull down. It'll give us sort of a sheen.
okay, white. With the brush, that thick oil paint. A sheen, huh, Bob? Thanks, I wish I would have known that. Maybe even go back and not use that at all. And just go into the Painterly blender and just pull this white down over top of it. Huh? He's literally talking about highlighting it and making like a sheen on top. And I think that this is working very well for what we wanted. There we go. Very watery looking. Cool. Let me go back. Okay, I'm happy with that. What's next, Bob?
And then once again, just come across just enough to give it a nice watery feel. You can overdo this part very easily.
Yes, you can. He's doing it again, but like it's easy to overdo it.
Now we can take a little more of the Van Dyke brown. And we can just make little puddles of this. Maybe it comes down like
Okay. Van Dyke brown. So into our oranges. And really, really dark. Back up into our brush. And yeah, let's use thick oil paint for this one because yeah, he's going right into these waters and making them like separate puddles and stuff. And then back into the dry wash and that sandy color in order to highlight these. And we can always use another sandy color if we want to. Make it a little lighter and make our brush size a little smaller.
So look around. Look at what we have. Beauty is everywhere. You only have to look to see it. Okay. I talk too much sometimes, so we'll go back to painting here. Take a little bit of the thin white paint here, and we'll put some little water lines back in here. Okay, just like so.
Not too much. We don't want to kill it. We don't want to get all of the low lights out of it and make it mud like he says. And then when he's doing this, we're going to do the thin wash line.
This is just the thin white paint.
Yep, thin white paint.
Cut right
cut right into the canvas with it at horizontal lines.
Okay, now while I have the knife here, I'm going to take and just cut a few little sticks here and there.
Yep, we're going to put sticks in. But first what I'm going to do is come back down into here and cement all this in. You like it, Binks? She's not looking anymore. Yep, there they are. There's my little bushes. They live in the bush and you drop them right in. Let's go into those greens. Whoops! What the hell just happened? Oh no! What the hell just happened? Was it this button?
Back to the Van Dyke brown. A little bit of white.
I've never had that happen before, you guys. That was silly. Okay. And then what he was doing before that we missed was the thin gouache brush and right into that like white, maybe even a sandy color. There we go. And putting sticks in. And that really makes it feel like there's stuff going on and layers and all of this, right?
Put a few little bushes and stuff right out here.
Bushes and stuff right out here. You can turn this down some. Go into those like yellowy greens. See them right there? Just out there on that little outcrop there. There we go. Yep, just to keep the interest going.
Let's play a little bit here. Let's have a happy little tree right in here.
Oh gosh, Bob.
And we'll make his little trunk here. There he goes.
All right. Let's play around then.
Just turn it up to give him little foots to stand on.
He's using that palette knife, so I'm going to use that thin gouache brush, and he's literally going right in between these two, okay? From about right there.
This is your creation. Anything here that you want to do. Just let it happen. There.
Oh my gosh, Bob. Okay.
And we'll give him some little leaves. And we'll use some more alizarin crimson. Touch of Prussian blue. Okay. We need dark in order to show light. So first we'll put some dark up there. We'll put some happy little leaves here and there.
We do. We need dark in order to show light. So he was down into that crimson again.
All my easel set up. The colors.
Let's go back into this spray.
And do an almighty painting with us here.
And this one's kind of downturned, almost like a weeping willow.
One more time that we use. Titanium white.
Let me turn that brush size up.
Prussian blue. Van Dyke brown. Alizarin crimson. Sap green.
He's getting like all of the colors together, isn't he? Or is he saying those are the colors that he was using? I think that's what he was saying. So let's find. Oh.
See how easy it is to create a tree right here in your world?
Remember where our light source is coming from, right? Now let's get into those greens and yellows.
Down here, maybe there's some nice bushes and stuff happening right in here. There we go.
There he is. Cool.
Alright.
And yep, ground it with some bushes.
Okay. Here and there, I'm going to put just a few little sticks and stuff.
Sticks and stuff. I like sticks and stuff. We go to that dark brown. And this, yep, the thin one.
A lot of depth in it. Maybe we'll cut in a few little sticks here and there, like so. You getting excited yet? You ready to paint with us? You can do it.
Just really ground this pathway a little bit and make some depth, right?
Okay. And I think this painting's far enough along, we'll just sand this rascal. And I sand the painting with a script liner brush, a little bit of oil, and I use red paint, but whatever color you prefer. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's already signing his. I'm still just giving a little bit of indication of stuff here and there. He's signing his right in the middle.
And join us right here with the joy of painting.
And let's go back so that we can see his full painting. And I will show you guys what he has as compared to what I have. Hope you guys can see that pretty well. And I'm going to go ahead and sign it too. Go back to about where I was.
Fantastic pictures. You can take them from here.
I'm going to take this thick oil paint in this brown and make it say in this corner. Whoa, that's too thick. Brush this way down. LH. There we go. And that's Bob Ross Season 1, Episode 1. I hope everybody had fun. Again, this was using nothing but what we have available for us in the XpPen. And like no extra brushes or anything like that. Okay? I will be here next Saturday and we will do another painting. Hopefully we will do Season 1, Episode 4 that time, because hopefully the audio will have worked on this one. I've had to redo 2 of these so far where the audio hasn't worked, and so it's a little bit upsetting, but it's okay. These are fun, and this one I think turned out a whole lot better than our last one that we tried to do on this one. And again, I am Leah J, or I am the Laughing Tree 8503, and you can find me at that over all of the platforms. And this will be up on YouTube if anybody wants to, watch it, follow along, pause it as you go, that sort of thing, just like a regular Bob Ross episode. And I will see you guys next Saturday, if not sooner. Bye.